Let's begin by reading the question and highlighting important information. Savannah is trying to qualify for the local bowling championship. To qualify, a person must bowl 5 games and have a combined average score of at least 180. In the first 4 games, Savannah's scores were 182, 179, 162, and 197. So that's our given information. Now here comes our question, our goal. What is the minimum score that Savannah must bowl in her 5th game to qualify for the local bowling championship? And then we'll need to put the number in here. So let's think about our unknown and what we're representing. So first, notice what we're trying to find is her minimum score that Savannah must bowl in her 5th game. So let's call that N since we don't know what this is. N equals Savannah's score in her 5th game. And now let's look at the other information. So her 5 games must have a combined average score of at least 180. So remember, to find an average, you add up the numbers and divide by the number of numbers. So here, the numbers we're adding are her scores. So we need the sum of her scores divided by the number of games she plays. And this will be her average score. So let's just start by representing this. So her known scores are 182 plus 179 plus 162 plus 197, and then her unknown 5th game, which we're calling N. Now we need to divide by the number of games, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this expression represents her average score. Now this part says we need her average score to be at least 180. So the inequality we need to solve would be this expression. Let's add these 4 numbers together real quick. So we're going to add 182 plus, oops, that was minus, 182 plus 179 plus 162 plus 197. That equals 720 plus N. So we have 720 plus N, all divided by 5, needs to be at least, so that means greater than or equal to 180. So it can be equal to 180 if her average score is exactly 180. That qualifies as at least 180. Notice it may be tempting to divide the 720 by 5 immediately, and we actually could do that, but notice that the N, this entire expression, is actually divided by 5. You could think of it, I like to think of it, there are invisible parentheses here. So to solve this, we have 720 plus N, all divided by 5, is greater than or equal to 180. So kind of the process here was take N, add 720, and then divide by 5. So that's what this expression represents. So to undo that, to go in the other direction, we do the opposite in the reverse order. So multiply by 5 and then subtract 720. So let's see how that works. So first I'm going to multiply both sides by 5. I'm a little low on room here. I'm just going to erase this. So multiply this side by 5 and this side by 5. And here the 5's cancel. 180 times 5 is 800, but let's just check that on the calculator. 180 times 5, 900, whoops, good thing we checked it. 720 plus n is greater than or equal to 900. Now we're going to subtract 720 from both sides. So right now it's like saying the total sum of her scores has to be greater than or equal to 900. The 4 scores she's earned so far is 720. What's the least amount that the last score has to be? Well, that would be taking the difference between 900 and 720. On this side, the 720 cancels, and here we have n is greater than or equal to 180. So that means, since we didn't get a decimal, if she scores 180 or greater in her 5th game, she'll qualify. So at least 180.